Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's Snapper77. Today we're having a look at the new monthly event quest, Captain Marvel's Battle Realm Under Siege, uncollected edition. And this is my first matchup against Nick Fury. I didn't really read any of the notes. I was just gonna go in and test him out with Captain America Infinity War, and the plan was just going to be parry and heavy and drop my L2, and I was kind of a little shocked there. He went unblockable. I couldn't figure out why, but the next time around I actually went and read the notes. I kind of like to do that. I like to just go in blind and just for fun and see how bad I can get my ass kicked. And so he gets these tactical charges every time you hit him, and if he gets 15 of them, he goes unblockable. And those tactical charges, they dissipate one every 6 seconds, or you can parry and remove one. So this was the second round. Second run, I decided to go in with Stark and Spider-Man. I had a little bit of practice from the first round. It was a team effort to get him down, but yeah. So the plan was just going to be build up my poise charges as many as I can before I got pinned in the corner, and then I was going to fight my way out of the corner, and I wanted to drop the L1 there and then come in for the power drain there, because I don't really like his specials. I wasn't really comfortable with them. His L2 is definitely the way to go if you want to try and evade it. I played it safe and didn't bother. I was just trying to get off my L2 and kill him here. And you'll see coming up here, he's unblockable, of course. He goes right back up to full health. Now he's going to degen down to 30%. That's his signature ability, is sort of like a resurrection. He goes back to full health, and then once he gets to 30% health from the degen goes away. He's also stun immune too as well. I thought it was over here, and I was able to just drop the L2 for the lucky, we'll call it a very lucky win for sure. And that's Fury. Probably the best counter I would say would be Archangel, just because he can get around a lot of his stuff. This is my solo I had against Captain Marvel. This was actually on my last run. It took me the first round didn't go very well. I had to use a few revives. The L1 was I've had a little bit of difficulty with her L1. It took me into the once I got into the second and third round, I got a little bit more comfortable evading her L1. The problem with her is she's defensive, so I had a really hard time anticipating that when that L1 was coming. And it's not really overly hard to evade. Like I said, it's just that she's so defensive, it's hard to anticipate when it's coming. When the AI is aggressive, you can really anticipate it a lot more. Coming up later on, you'll see a clip. I tried to cheese her by going for the 0-hit win with Blade, because she's so defensive. She doesn't. It's very easy to keep her out, like not get pinned in the corner, is what I'm trying to say there. So I thought it was a good opportunity to try and go for the 0-hit win with Blade, and unfortunately I fell just a little bit short. But yeah, with Captain Marvel, you want to definitely just parry, attack, and then counter that L1, and then counter attack. There's nothing really overly concerning in this match. You can pretty well use anybody for this fight. Like I said, you just got to get comfortable with evading that L1, and then you should be fine and have no troubles. Ghost Rider took this match down pretty easily for the most part. I made a few mistakes, got hit a few times. There's one right there, but it didn't really do a lot of damage, and so Ghost Rider just sort of plowed through her. It was a lot easier than I had thought. So it's nice to have an easier monthly event quest every once in a while. There's been a few that have been pretty nasty. And after this match, I tried. I got a couple clips. I tried like I said, I tried to go for the 0-hit win with Blade, and I also tried to I wanted to try and see if I could take her down with 4-star Luke Cage, going with the L1 stun lock, and then just eat her L3 with the indestructible. But neither of those matches were solos, but they were fun to try. This was a long match, so I sped it up here. But you'll see I'm just going to parry her all day long, and you can see every time I parry her, she backs up, and then she backs up again and again and again. So I'm not being even remotely close to being pinned in the corner. This match, I was so close to getting the 0-hit win. I got hit there, but I got a little tense at the end, and a little just couldn't hang on for the last few percent. But yeah, it was fun, and if you want to try it, it's definitely fun to try. Sort of like a Quake style, 0 takedown hits, but only you're using your parry to bleed her out. Yeah, the defensive AI is really good for Blade, because you can just parry all day long. Whenever you get defensive AI, it's just if I wanted to attack, he could have absolutely destroyed her just doing this, building up to his L2, and then just rinse and repeat. I'd have to say this is probably one of the easiest event quests in quite some time. Nick Fury, I think he's going to be an absolute monster for a defender with that resurrection and unblockable. He uses every time he uses his L1, he gets I think 4 or 5 tactical charges, and once he gets to 15, his attacks are unblockable, and it's going to be a real pain. Especially if you put him on a stun immune node, it's going to be really hard, because then you can't even parry him because when you parry, it removes a tactical charge. But if he's on a stun immune node, it's going to be really hard, because you're not going to be able to parry to remove those tactical charges. So we'll be looking for that in upcoming AW. I'm not really looking forward to that. On the other side of the coin, I think Nick Fury is going to be an absolute monster for offense as well. He's going to have some really, really, really good bleed, and he's got a lot of defensive ability reduction, as well as that resurrection. And once he resurrects, that he stays like that for the entire quest. So the degen stops at 30%, but he gets a massive fury, and it's gonna be really interesting to see. He's got if you can build up tactical charges really fast, you're gonna get a huge crit bonus. You're gonna get he's gonna be able to counter auto block and auto evade that will not be able to happen. And once you get to 15 tactical charges, it'll be unblockable. So I think he could be like a short, what do you call it? Short match version of possibly Aegon, with possibly blade like bleed damage output, and Electra or Black Widow ability reduction. So Nick Fury's got a lot of potential. I'm really looking forward to seeing how his gameplay is for offense, and of course I'm pretty sure he's going to be a really good defender as well. Captain Marvel, I'm not really too sure about how she's going to be offensively or defensively. She might be kind of just sort of like a middle grade champ, but it's early to tell yet though. Getting back to the match here, just winding down. I'm almost done. I did realize I wasn't going to get her, but I wanted to get her down as much as I could, and I think I got her down to maybe in the 30% range, which is not too bad with the 4-star Luke Cage. I didn't really get any good RNG with a lot of the stuns, So that kind of cost me there, and yeah, so I think I eat this one for 0 damage, and then I get a few more hits in, and then I'm toast or something like that. Well, that's my video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope it'll help you out in the monthly event quest. Have a good one.